Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. For my friends watching on YouTube, thank you so much. For those listening on my podcast, thank you so much. Love your support. This episode is actually inspired by a podcast listener. If this is you, you know who you are, but one of my friends told me that she listened to my podcast and now she wants to start a business. She's a fellow stay-at-home mom, and I was so touched when she told me that, first of all. But also I was like, what do I even say? Like, what should I, what words of encouragement, what advice could I give? Yeah, so here we are. We're gonna talk about 4 things that I wish I knew when I was starting my business. Yeah, that will really give hopefully a good perspective and a beginner step, good direction for you. And if you are a business owner, you will probably resonate with some of these. And I think these are good things just to talk about and even give you a fresh perspective on your business. So let's get to it. 4 things I wish I knew when I started my business / 4 things that are good reminders for those of us that are in business to keep going and get us going in the right direction even, right? So let's get to it. Okay, the first tip I have is to make sure you have some sort of art or service you can provide to someone if you want to start a business. So when I started my business, it was kind of interesting because I came from working as a teacher full-time to working from home part-time to then, wanting to start a business to monetize it and make money right away, right? That was the goal, because I was used to just having an income, having a constant steady income. So it was just how can I make money right now? And so I wanted to sell digital bullet journals, and bullet journals, that's how I started my business. And so something that I feel is really important to understand when you want to earn money from someone, you want to ask someone to pay you money, is that you need to be providing something of value to them. And it's easiest for me to think of it as a service to them, right? If someone's going to be paying you money, then you are doing something for them. So my bullet journals, right? They are helping somebody organize their time. So that's kind of the trade-off here for my service, but I also think it's my art too, right? Art, there's lots of purposes with art. I consider bullet journaling my artistry, but it's also a service, and I think most art, you can think of it that way, right? If you invest in art, it's usually a service to yourself because it inspires you or it makes you happy. So some sort of service / art has got to be what you are doing with your business. If you want people to pay you, and if you want them to pay you well, which you want to do when you're making a business, right? With that said, this is my first tip, right? Find something that you can do to serve people and just do that, right? Instead of for me, when I started my business, I was how can I make money? I want to make money now. Why not, if you want to start a business, just start serving people for free? Because then you can see what people what they respond to. Then you can see if you could even use those service opportunities as research. That's another huge thing, is get your research in. Is this service that you want to provide something people actually want to pay money for? So start off with just service and counting it as research to make you an expert in what you want to be really selling. So that would be my tip for you, is think of what you can do to serve someone, figure out how you're serving them, and just start doing it, and count that as research for you to build your business on. Okay, so this next tip is definitely for someone who is just starting a business, but I also think it could be for anyone who wants a little shift in their business, is you need to, lovingly I say this to you, organize yourself. Organize your life. I just rearranged the shelves behind me. I have so much fun reorganizing and rearranging furniture. But anyways, the reason I bring that up is because our next YouTube video is going to be a tour of my backdrop and the shelves behind me, and just my office area in general. I'm getting off topic though. Organize yourself. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. That is a book by Marie Kondo. If you don't know who Marie Kondo is, she is this cute little girly who goes around and organizes people's home. And her book is actually in my bookshelves back there because I love it so much. And she talks about the life-changing magic of tidying up. And the main thing she talks about first is you start with discarding everything. So discard everything. And now when I say discard, like sometimes yes, throw things away, but also like this is like why I think it's a good tip for someone, especially starting out in business. Start selling the stuff that is no longer of value to you, was of value to you, and is likely going to be of value to somebody else at this current time, right? So pretty much anyone who wants to start a business or shift their business, there's probably things in your life that you need to like get rid of in order to make room for that change to come in. So like literally just think of your garage. What is sitting in your garage that you're like, I don't care about that anymore, like at all. It would probably be way better if you just got rid of it. And truly you can just discard it, right? Because that just makes room for something new to come in, like a new business idea or a new space in your house to create or work on your business. But also it starts getting your mind in the frame of selling things, right? So the things that you're going to discard, right? Discard it if it's junk. But if it is not junk, like somebody else probably wants it, and start selling it at Marketplace. That is a very quick way to make money. In fact, I started my business almost 2 years ago now, and I am still like cleaning out things and selling things and like counting that as a business win, because I know when I sell something, I just know that money comes to me through many ways, right? Like I want to make money through my business, but I also like am not gonna deny myself money that comes from selling a piece of furniture that I no longer sparks joy. So that's like going back to that book, Marie Kondo. She just talks about only keeping things that spark joy. So if you're having a hard time like deciding if you can discard or get rid of something, just ask yourself, does this spark joy? Like right now in this moment, is it bringing you joy? If it's just like cluttering your mind, knowing that it's there and that you really are never going to use it again and don't care about it, it's not that sentimental, then just get rid of it. You will feel so much lighter. And like I said, you're making room for something new to come in. It could be a new idea. It could be a new product that you can think of. I don't know. Just when you discard things, then new things come along. Oh, I want to read a quote to you from the book, The Artist's Way. So we're a service provider. We're an artist. That was tip number 1. But the other tip is start getting rid of stuff. Okay. So truly, the reason you want to like find things that spark joy is because like that is probably your art. You know, maybe your art is a service that you provide to someone. Maybe it's a product that you can share with someone. Maybe it's a conversation you can have with someone, right? So listen and think about your art and maybe what you're thinking about selling. Maybe it's a journal. I'm talking to myself. So this is a quote from The Artist's Way. It's on page 108 if you want to find it in your book. What we really want to do is what we are really meant to do. When we do what we are meant to do, money comes to us, doors open for us, we feel useful, and the work we do feels like play to us. So I like love that so much. Like when you are on the path for yourself, when you start clearing out junk from your life and making room for the things that you really care about, what you're meant to do, money's going to come to you. Doors are going to open to you. That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. So thank you, Julia Cameron, Artist's Way, for that quote, because I think it's perfect. Okay, this is another tip. Tip number 3 is something I am currently still working on, and probably every business owner is working on forever, and it's to get over perfectionism. So a lot of times when you want to start a business, your mind like instantly thinks of like what could be wrong with it, or like I feel like the main thing is just like, well, how am I like gonna get people to pay me, which is honestly like, it's kind of, you know, something you have to think about. But like truly, people can, if people want to pay you, they will find a way to pay you. People can pay you with cash, people can pay with Venmo. There you go, start there. Like don't worry about the how quite like right away. Like the techie side is honestly what I want to say. Like yes, it'd be nice to have a website. Yes, it'd be nice to have a perfect Instagram with lots of followers, an email marketing system that's perfect set up. But there is a way for people to pay you if they want your service. Don't let that stop you. Like, that's huge with like starting a business, is perfectionism and like feeling like you have to have everything all together once you start. So I'll share this experience, or just like currently something that I'm working on, is with my journals. I like worked really hard from the moment I sold my first journal to like have everything automated through my website. Again, this is kind of techie stuff, it might not mean anything to you, but like I just felt like that was what I wanted to do, because in my mind I was like, I want to make a ton of money, and like when I go viral and like everybody wants to buy my journals, and it's just like they can click this link, buy it, and I don't have to do anything because I use a print-on-demand manufacturer. So I kind of created this business of like a massive scale when my scale was tiny. Like I just had my influence around me, my audience was small. Like there was no need for me to have set it up that way, but I felt like I had to from the start to get going. Which, like, as I'm saying this, I'm like, that's insane. Why did I even do that? Because like right now, like even with my current audience, I literally I don't need to have it automated. Like I could fulfill the orders myself and like be totally fine. Like the system that I have set up to sell journals is for someone who's selling like tons and tons and tons of journals and doesn't have time to fill the orders, which at the time I thought I didn't want to do that, but like at the time and currently I have time to fulfill orders. I don't know why I felt like I needed to scale up my business so big when it was just the start. So that's just like an example for you of like, just like goes back to kind of the first thing, right? Research, talk to the people around you, like what do they respond to, what would they want to buy, and like work with those people. Don't think about the people that you want to serve eventually, because when you're ready to serve those people, like you can fit into that growth when it comes to you. But where you're currently at, just like be honest with where you're currently at. Like if you don't even have a social media started for your business, like then maybe start with that. Start a social media for your business, right? But yeah, like make sure you are scaling for where you're at currently in your business. And then if you're far in your business and you realize you've like scaled too far ahead of where you currently are, reel it in, make a pivot, make a shift. Honestly, that's currently where I'm at. I'm like, okay, what do I really want to be doing? And shifting into that right now. So you will see that coming in the future with my business. Okay, so this last tip I have for you kind of goes with the quote that I shared, but money is everywhere, and money is not the only thing of value, especially when you start a business. For me, the biggest thing of value that my business has given me is time with my children while they are young, because that is what I want to do. I was going to have to go to work for 40 hours a week as a teacher when I was pregnant and had my baby, and I quit. I could not do that. I could not leave her. And so I have not earned as much money as I did when I was working as a teacher yet, but what's been worth it to me is the time that I get to spend with my children. So that's just like a huge thing for me to realize, is that money is not the only thing I'm gaining from this business. However, I do have the belief that like money is trying to get to me in lots of ways, and I'm just like opening up those avenues for money to get to me. But also that I can create value through my business by generating money, and relationships is something that I really care about. My health, I've been able to focus on a lot more lately because I have more time to do that. So the business that I've started, it started as like, I want to make money this way. And I do. And I'm going to continue to grow and make more money than I have in my business already. But that is not the only thing that it has given me. It has given me time with my children. It has given me my life back. Like I am no longer giving 40 hours of my week to someone. It's just giving me a lifestyle that I really, really am passionate about and care about. It's giving me time to create that lifestyle myself. So your business is doing a lot more for you than just giving you money, although I believe that it will give you money and lots of money as long as you're doing what you're meant to do, like that quote said, and you're providing value for other people, serving other people, then you'll get money too. But it's just not really even about the business for me. I mean, it totally 100% is, but at the same time, like I love recording podcasts, making YouTube videos. I love creating content. Like, I love doing this. So that in itself is valuable to me. Like, I get to do this because I would not have the capacity to do this if I had my old job. Most people, when they're starting a business, have some sort of job or responsibility that they have to do besides their business. So, like, for me, my main job right now, my main role is like being a stay-at-home mom, taking care of my little babies because I love to and I want to. But that said, like, I am finding and creating the time to work on my business, work on this way that I'm going to make money, not as a full-time worker. Like, that's the main thing, is I'm getting lots of time to myself, to my children, to what I want to be doing while working on my business. And some of the time that I'm working on my business is also serving me too. Like, it's just all helping me be the person that I'm meant to be, and I'm just so happy about that. So, yes, let's help you make lots of money, of course, but also let's realize, like, we are building a life that we are proud of, that we're dedicated to. I shared this thread the other day of just like, I'm redefining work as what I want to be dedicating my life to. And like, when I was a full-time teacher, I liked that. Like, I liked serving the kids in that way. It was just a way I served people. I don't feel like every aspect of my job was like 100% what I loved. And that's what I get to work on for myself with my business, is like make everything exactly what I want it to be, so that I'm serving to my highest capacity in the most fulfilling way for myself as possible. So the freedom, you just get a lot of freedom when you start your business. And if you have started a business and it's not feeling free and fun and fulfilling, then maybe make some shifts and starts in your mind, and then put it on paper, put it in your bullet journal, put it in your planner, that I would love to help you design. And so, yeah, my last tip, fifth one, surprise, is have a good why for starting your business. My why has always been like, I want to serve people. That's just what works for me. I don't know your why. If you have a why in your business that like motivates you, let me know it, because I just like love serving people. Is that like cheesy and lame to say? Like, I really do. So I've just been always trying to serve people through my business. And so I feel like a way that I can serve people is by helping them realize that like, you are the key ingredient to your business. Okay? That's also key. Especially if you're starting, and if you're far along in your business. Like, your mind is valuable. People want to hear your thoughts. People want to hear your perspective. People want to hear your wisdom. Anybody can ask AI anything, but nobody can have the same perspective that you do in your life. And you've done some cool things. Okay? I truly believe that. And I definitely think that journaling will help you figure out what's in your mind and what is valuable in your mind. So start your morning pages, start your brain dump. I just finished my morning pages journal, and I learned a lot. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, as soon as I finished my morning pages journal, it was called morning pages. Like, it was titled that. I shifted and switched and went back to journaling at night. I hadn't done that for a long time, and that's what I used to do every single night, like in college and like most of my 20s. And it felt like coming home. I was like, oh, I'm back. Like, journaling at night is just like what I do. So I'm back to journaling at night, and it feels really cool. Like, it feels like I like researched this way of journaling that I kind of was already doing, and now I'm like applying it to how I do it. So again, like, remember, I'm like the journaling research girl. That's like what I want to be known for. And I have a lot of work to do on my business and myself to like be the journaling expert. Like, there's still a lot of things that I'm like, well, I don't know that, and I want to. So like, I'm dedicating my life to figuring that out. This will be in our next one, but like that top shelf right there, I have filled out all those journals. It's like my life's work. Oh my gosh. This is a real quick side note, but like a couple years ago, 5 or so years ago, I don't know, I had left my journals at my parents' house, they were like being stored there, and I could not find them. They were lost. Like most of those journals were lost. And for a couple years, I was like, they're lost, and I like couldn't even think about it. I was like, it would make me cry, it would make me devastated. I just like couldn't think about it, because I was just like, I cannot believe I lost like what felt like, even before I had started this business, it felt like my life's work. I was just like, oh, like I'm gonna tear up thinking about having them lost. When we moved here, I wanted to put my journals in a safe, because I was like, I don't want them to burn down if this house burns down. Now they're on display, and I have some fun plans to make them cool. Well, they're like lined up right now, but I'm gonna try and display them really cool. Anyways, we'll get to that later. But like, that's how much I love journaling. Like, this is just like, if those journals would have been lost, like, my life felt like it was over. Luckily, like, we found them in a closet at my parents' house in like a backpack, and I was just like, yes. Oh, I was like, I couldn't even think about the fact that these were like supposedly lost, because that was just gonna make me depressed. So I don't remember what I was saying, but like, I love journaling. Journal. Get in the habit of journaling, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever, whenever you want to journal. That is where it starts. That's where the like power in your mind comes out. So start journaling. Get a blank journal and do it. If you need some help planning and organizing your time and creating an ideal week, hit me up. I would love to chat with you for free and like send you an outline of what I think a cool weekly spread would look like for you. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Please, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Thank you so much. I just redid my office, and I think that my black office chair is an eyesore. And so when I get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, I am going to get a new office chair. It's pink. So if you want to see that happen on my channel, subscribe, stick around. That'll be coming around hopefully soon. Hopefully this year, for sure. This year. Yeah. And then yeah, if you're listening on my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I have a couple of videos coming up that will probably only be on my channel. Next up is going to be a tour of my office, my backdrop. You will get a little backstory on everything back there, everything around me, and after that, we have a planner makeover video coming up soon that I'm really excited about. So subscribe, there's some cool videos coming out, and thank you for watching, thank you for listening. You guys are the best.